Discipline is often seen as something strict, heavy, and even painful. Many people associate it with punishment, with endless self-control, with constant pressure. But discipline does not have to feel like a battle. It can be built in a way that feels natural, supportive, and even gentle. The idea of discipline without stress may sound unusual. After all, we often imagine that in order to stay disciplined, we need to force ourselves, push harder, and fight laziness. Yet, the truth is different. The most sustainable discipline is not about pressure. It is about creating conditions where the right actions become easier and the wrong actions become harder. One of the most common mistakes people make is trying to do too much too quickly. For example, someone says, "From Monday, I will exercise for an hour every day." Or, "Starting tomorrow, I will work without distractions for 10 hours." Such big promises are difficult to maintain. They often lead to failure, which brings guilt and frustration. A better way is to begin with very small steps. 5 minutes of reading, 5 minutes of stretching, 5 minutes of focused work. These small actions do not create resistance in the mind because they seem easy. Over time, consistency in these tiny steps grows into stronger habits. The discipline develops naturally without overwhelming pressure. Another useful approach is the 2-minute rule. It comes in two forms. The first version says that if something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. The second version is for bigger tasks. If you feel resistance, commit to just 2 minutes. Tell yourself, "I will do this for 2 minutes and stop if I want to." The trick is that once you start, it becomes easier to continue. 2 minutes of writing can turn into 20. 2 minutes of cleaning can turn into finishing the room. The hardest part is often just the beginning. Discipline also becomes much easier when the environment is designed to support it. Willpower is limited. Surroundings are powerful. If you want to read more, place a book where you can see it. If you want to exercise, prepare your workout clothes in advance. If you want to spend less time on social media, turn off notifications or keep your phone in another room. When your environment supports your goals, discipline feels less like a struggle. Another important factor is perspective. The way you think about discipline influences how you experience it. If you see it as punishment, it creates stress. If you see it as self-care, it feels lighter. Instead of saying, "I must go to bed early," you can say, "I choose to sleep early because I want to feel good tomorrow." Instead of "I must work out," try, "I want to take care of my body." The action is the same, but the meaning is different. This small shift changes how discipline feels. Rewards and positive feedback also play a powerful role. Our brains respond strongly to them. When you connect positive feelings to an action, you reinforce the habit. This does not mean giving yourself something huge. It can be as simple as checking off a habit tracker, enjoying a good cup of tea after a task, or simply telling yourself, "Well done." These small forms of recognition make discipline more enjoyable and reduce resistance. Another useful approach is equally important. Perfection is not realistic. Everyone slips at times. A missed workout, a day of procrastination, or a skipped routine does not erase your progress. What matters is returning to the habit the next day. Real discipline is not about never failing. It is about continuing despite failure. Flexibility reduces stress because it removes the unrealistic demand to be perfect all the time. When you put all these elements together, a clear picture emerges. Discipline without stress comes from small actions, easier beginnings, supportive environments, kinder self-talk, positive reinforcement, and flexibility. Now imagine the effect of this approach over time. 5 minutes of daily practice adds up to hours in a month and dozens of hours in a year. What starts as a small step becomes a natural part of your routine. You no longer need to push yourself harshly. The system begins to carry you forward. This way of building discipline is sustainable. It does not rely on constant struggle. It does not demand endless willpower. Instead, it supports you gently, step by step. The stress decreases, but the results remain. In the end, discipline is not about controlling yourself with force. It is about creating patterns that make life smoother. It is not about punishment. It is about structure. It is not about pressure. It is about clarity. Discipline built this way becomes less of a burden and more of a quiet support in daily life.